Capricorn, welcome to my channel. I am going to be doing a reading for you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Just remember, take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. Let's go ahead and get some cards shuffled here and let them get laid out. Okay, on the bottom we have the Two of Wands. So this could be a choice of something that you have to make, a decision you have to make, and you could be like going back and forth or making, it's difficult for you to make this decision. In the focus of your reading, you have conflict. So there could be some conflict around you right now. And it looks like it could be about this decision. It could be having you make a decision on something that's happening, some kind of conflict. This could be with other people. I feel like it's with other people, but also going back and forth in your own mind. Sometimes when we have that hard decision, we're struggling in our own mind, like which is the one I choose. So this has happened before, and etc and things like that. So I really feel like you are really having a hard time making this choice here, whatever it is going on with you. And what bottom line is here, though, there's something that you're not seeing clearly. So it could be because you are going back and forth in your mind and thinking like the worst, or maybe from the past of something that happened, or what people will think, whatever it is, there's some kind of conflict that's holding you back, and it's not allowing you to see things clearly. There could be some missing information as well that you're not getting, maybe from other people. Sometimes people don't always reveal everything, so it could be that as well. It could involve a Leo, because we do have this strength card here too, but this is tapping into your inner strength. I feel like this is really putting you through the ringer. You're really having a hard time with this. So in the past, it does look like it was something to do with your future here that you were waiting on. You were patiently waiting for something in your to happen in your future, something you wanted to work out. And this is, kind of contemplating things, resting, waiting. So I feel like in the past, there was something you were waiting for that you wanted to happen for your future. And you've been patiently waiting. So whatever is happening now, there's some kind of conflict around it. So what I'm getting is it could be involving another, for some of you, it's involving a relationship or another person. And I feel like, you really kind of thought this was a future endeavor that you guys were going to be working on. But now there's some kind of conflict. There's something that you're not seeing. They could be not revealing everything. Or what I am getting is that they don't feel maybe the same way as you. It could be unrequited love. So you had all your hopes and dreams on this person going into the future. But it's like maybe they are not revealing, or they're detached, or they're not connecting the way you want to. And it could be a Leo here. So going towards the future, we do have the Knight of Wands. So there's some kind of taking action here. And it's like a risk that you are kind of throwing yourself out there and taking this action. It could be a little defensive, though. So be careful that you get your emotions under control before you, just throw caution to the wind, which really doesn't seem like Capricorn. Capricorn, you usually kind of plan things out. So I think this could be something involving your emotions. You might let your emotions get the best of you and do something like blurt out something, or cuss somebody out, or slam the door in their face and walk away, or whatever it is. There's some kind of like defense mechanism here. So also, this could be something about setting boundaries it could be either way. So some of you could be setting boundaries and like, listen, I'm tired of you not committing, or whatever like that is, and I'm just going to move on and take action to move away from that. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers on these cards. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's see a little more about this conflict. That's the focus of your reading. There's some kind of conflict here. So anyway, for some of you, I think right now you're in this conflict because maybe they're not giving as much to you, or there's some kind of unrequited love, or they're not as committed as you are. And you're kind of conflicted about what to do, whether to move forward, keep hanging in there, or walk away. But let's see. Yeah, so we do have some peace and contentment here, though. So we have this Nine of Cups, which is peace and contentment, and we have conflict. So again, I feel like this is energy where you're going back and forth. It's something that you do want, but you're very conflicted. Bottom line is if we're in conflict constantly, is, you know, is that something that's really aligning with us? I mean, yes, we do have little tiffs, so could be that too. You could be having a tiff with this person, but I feel like you really are at peace with this person, but they're not as committed. That's what I feel. I feel like you are at peace and you really planned on spending your future with this person, and you were happy, but there's still some kind of conflict. I feel like it's like maybe you're not aligned, like you want a commitment and they don't, something like that. And we have the Two of Pentacles, so it's a lot of juggling here. So let's go ahead and see what is coming up for the Two of Swords. Okay, so we have the Justice and the Tower. Wow, okay. So the Justice is karma, and the Tower is like things crumbling and destruction. So I do feel like if this doesn't get revealed, if you don't see the truth here, or they don't reveal something here, it's just going to lead to this destruction. And basically, I feel like this is a karmic situation. It's like a karmic lesson, maybe from a past or something like that. I feel like, you know, don't shoot the messenger, but I think that it could be like same of the cycles that you had went through before, Capricorn, and you're kind of repeating it. So it's kind of a karmic lesson that's coming back up and seeing, like, you know, have you learned the lessons from the past? You need to shift this energy. The only thing that's going to change is if we change it. So I feel like there's some kind of energy here where you could be repeating a same cycle as you did before. And, you know, if it didn't work the first, second, third time, it's not going to work again. So I feel like that energy is coming up here. This also could be a karmic partner with you. And it could be a Libra as well, or a Leo. But I feel like it's just heading for destruction here because there's too many secrets here. There's too many unknowns. So we do have this solid foundation now. So I do kind of feel like that's what you kind of wanted. But I do feel, but it's a burden. Yeah, but I do feel like Capricorn, it could be that you're both wanting two different things, and you know we both have to be on the same page for to have a future together or to move forward. So bottom line, you need some communication here and decide if it's something that you could handle, whether you could just be in a friends basis or no commitment, you know, just dating. That's kind of hard though. So it's something that you have to compromise with or just kind of give up on it, unfortunately. Yeah. And here now we have this Hermit. So this is going within and really deciding if it's something that you want to do, because I do feel like you have to have some communication here. But if this person's telling you, oh yeah, but then their actions are showing a different thing, I think you're going to have to accept that. So this is going within and trying to decide that. This also could be a Virgo card. All right. But, you know, bottom line, the stability, you know, it could be like stable, like you're living together and you're both paying the bills or something like that, or it's somebody to go out with. But bottom line is it's a burden here because you're not both on the same page. Okay. Now we have the King of Pentacles. So this is somebody that is very stable, very grounded. So I do feel like there's some kind of energy here. This could be that person. I feel like they're pretty content on what things are, but you want more. That's what I feel. But let's go ahead and get the other cards here. Let's go ahead and get this Three of Wands. Yeah. See, it's too much anxiety and like going towards the future. It's like too much unknown whether it's going to work out. There's too much anxiety and stress here. Sleepless nights. So I do feel, again, like this, you're not on the same page. I don't feel like this person wants a commitment right now. I think they're happy with the way things are, and you're stressing out about it because you either want a commitment or you want to know or something like that. And it could be making you lose your cool a little bit, and it's creating some kind of friction or conflict. And what that does too is if you don't have those emotions under control, it can push somebody away more. But there needs to be like a clear-cut communication without all those emotions spilling over where we're losing our cool. But you know, then you gotta, bottom line, you gotta figure out if you can compromise the situation, or if it's not going to work out, unfortunately it might have to be a separation for a bit. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up for this Four of Swords from the past, this contemplation. Yeah, so yeah, Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, this was that independence. So I do feel like this is contemplation. Capricorn, I kind of feel like you kind of knew going in that this person really didn't want to commit. I think it was maybe more just like, hey, let's hang out. We like each other, or we're digging each other and see where it goes. But bottom line, it could be somebody that, does not want a relationship, committed relationship. And it could be possibly that you're trying to thinking like you could change them. You know how us women do sometimes, and it could be men too. Like, oh, they don't want that, but once they get to know me, it's going to be different, right? And then it was getting along so well and things like that. So yeah, look at that. Yeah. 10 of Cups. I really feel like this made you really happy, but it's either this person either switched their mind or right from the beginning didn't want a committed relationship, and now you're kind of like, hey, I want a committed relationship. Why aren't they going to it? But that's what I'm feeling. Let's get this Temperance. That could be a Sagittarius as well. Yeah, now we're having competition. Yeah. So this Sagittarius or this Temperance card is actually like patience, and it's just creating this competition and conflict with you guys. Yeah, I feel like you've been patient a long time or a while, and things aren't changing, and now it's just kind of like eating you up, like your emotions and your head and all that, and it could be creating some kind of conflict within you guys. All right, now we have the Seven of Wands again and causing this defense, All right, and they could be also putting up boundaries now, and it's feeling like you're detached from them, kind of. So let's go ahead and get this Fool card. In the future, the Fool card. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So in the future, it does look like you are going to take a risk, maybe start a new journey, maybe leave this relationship behind, maybe cut them off or set boundaries because they're not committing or finally realizing that it's not going to work. But it's going to be a slow process. It's not going to be something quick. You're going to do it slowly. Just like I said, be careful that you don't let your emotions get the best of you and say something you'll regret or do something that you're going to regret. Get those emotions under control and come from that place of, groundedness and balance and patience and things like that. All right. I mean, definitely. Yeah, there's going to be some clarity too. There's going to be something come up. Like you have this, but there is going to be some kind of clarity. And I feel like either they're going to say, bottom line, like, listen, I told you before, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a committed relationship. Or you're going to come to the realization that, like, you know what? They did tell me that they didn't want to commit a relationship. I'm trying to push this, and I can't change people. I can't make people change the way they feel or what they want, right? So I do feel like that. So let's go ahead and get this Knight of Wands. Okay, so now we have that Strength card. And Wands is like a fire sign. So this could be, again, a Leo. But I do feel like, too, this is going to require a lot of inner strength for you. To accept, that maybe they don't want this. And, it's not going to be the future that you hoped. Or that you might have to set up boundaries and say, listen, I want something different than you. And we're going to have to just, just be friends or let it go or do a separation or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get this Seven of Wands. This could either be perseverance or like a defense mechanism. Oh, yeah. See, it's something you're refusing to see here. I really feel like within, but it's just like you're not, no, they're going to come around. No, I do feel like that energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some energy about this person. Let's go ahead and see what about this person that you're connecting with. Let's see. And if they did, like in the beginning, say, oh yeah, let's see how it goes, and I do want a commitment, and then like bottom line, they realize like they don't. Unfortunately that can sting, but we have to accept it. We can't just like kind of keep pushing and making ourselves all crazy, and we can't do that. We have to accept what people have free will, right? There's some judgment, so they are doing like a deep revelation, trying to figure out what they want, figuring out about life. They have the High Priestess. Oh, nice. Okay. They're really trusting their intuition. They're going deep, trying to figure things out. They have the Ace of Pentacles as well as the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this has got them off of balance a little bit too. So I do feel like they do have a connection with you, and they could be just afraid of commitment, maybe being hurt in the past. But I do feel, I really do am feeling with my intuition that you're kind of being a little either clingy or a little bit, what do you want to do? Come on, let's do this. And then like losing your cool and anxious, that just that energy, they're feeling it. And I feel like it's even causing them more to back off. So, yeah, so there's some judgment here. So they're doing like a deep dive right now. They could be trying to figure out if they want to stay in this relationship too, honestly. And they're trusting their intuition, listening to what it's saying for whatever this beginning is. Whether this is the connection of starting a beginning with you or maybe going off in a different direction here. Because this is this is keeping them off balance now too. So that's what I'm getting here. Yeah, 8 of Wands. So they might be taking action and leaving Dodge here soon. They might be saying, you know what, this just isn't working right now. So, if things improve or you start like just kind of accepting and going with the flow and coming from that, keeping your emotions under control, who knows? Maybe they'll stick with it and take action towards you. But I feel right now they're kind of a little, I think they've felt some kind of energy, or like how you might be a little bit in that desperate mode, or not. I don't want to say you're desperate. People get all pissy when you say certain things. But you know how like when we're really into somebody and we feel them backing off, and sometimes we want to move towards them when they're backing off. Well, just feel like how you would. Like if you're like, kind of making some distance a little bit and then somebody's getting closer, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at it from the higher perspective. And, too clingy or codependent or things like that, unless the person is kind of like that too, people are going to start backing off because they're going to say, whoa, and especially if it's a Leo, because Leo are fire signs and they like their independence. They're very loyal, have big hearts, but they do like their independence. They don't want somebody smothering them. Okay. So let's go ahead and just get a couple more cards from this person. Okay. Well, there we go. Okay. Yeah. See, they're trying to make a tough decision too. So they're at this crossroads too about what to do, whether to stay in this relationship or not. It looks like they're being a little more independent right now, though. So that might be why you're like a little bit in that conflict and anxiety, because it does look like they've stepped back. They've become a little detached, or they're not like calling you as much as they used to, or going out with you as much as they used to. We have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so they're a little defensive too. Yeah. So whatever's happened here, there's been some kind of conflict, and it's actually kind of your conflict. I kind of feel here is, you're like, okay, why are they backing off? Let me go pursue them more. And theirs is like, whoa, why are they why are they chasing me down here? That's kind of scary. So, I feel that's what it is. So let's go ahead and just get a couple of oracle cards here. I have these energy oracle. And then we'll get some advice and we'll be done. All right, for Capricorn, we have adjacent possibilities. Well, there's that 2 of Wands. Trying to make a decision. Do I stay in this and try to work things out and just realize that, everybody kind of loses it a little bit? Or do I go the other way and take a break from this? So that's what that is. On the bottom, we have the World, yeah. So this is actually completion. So something's coming to a completion here. An ending, a completion. So I kind of feel like, there's always a possibility that things could shift, but right now, the way it looks, the thinking man, yeah. So it's some deep thinking here, whether this is you or them. I think it's both of you. There's some deep thinking, and you had the Judgment, we had the 4 of Swords, we had the Hermit, so there is a lot of deep dive thinking here. And we have Angel of Strength. So there's that strength again. So this is taking a lot of willpower and determination and inner strength to get through this. This is a tough decision and difficult situation. And when our emotions get involved, if we don't keep them under control, So I do feel like that's what's coming up here. So let's just get one more of these and then we'll get some advice. Man holding a heart. Ooh, okay. And then we have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So, this is our crown chakra. So this is, trusting your intuition again, trusting that intuition. And we do have a man holding a heart. So like I said, I do feel, whether it's you or them. I'm assuming that this is your person, but we all have masculine and feminine. But I do feel they do care about you. It's just like either they don't want a commitment or you're scaring them off because you're too clingy or demanding or controlling or codependent. So, and issues with their past. So it could be that. So there could be a separation heading here. And don't get too panicked about that. Sometimes we need to take a step back and work on ourselves. And, if it's meant to be, it always comes back. So anyway, let's go ahead and get a few cards for, some advice, and then we'll close this reading. All right, some advice for Capricorn regarding this situation. Okay. Yeah, now we have that Seven of Swords card. All right, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this doesn't, yeah, and the Six of Swords. Okay, yeah. So, unfortunately, it looks like, this situation, they might do some kind of lying, deceitful, or, if this is you, trying to be deceitful or manipulate isn't going to hold on to somebody too long because the truth always comes out. If this is them, be prepared because they could be doing something that you don't know, and that could be what this Two of Swords is behind your back. Okay? And like I said, I'm not blaming you for the situation, but I do feel like maybe they might not want a commitment. They might be a commitment phobe, and I feel like it could be you kind of pushing a relationship more so, or maybe clingy, and that doesn't give them the right to go out and do anything deceitful though. But it does look like there's some kind of sneaky behavior here, so they could even be just going out with their friends and telling you they're sitting home. It could be anything. So there's some kind of energy, but they are going to be taking swift action, and it does look like they're going to move away from the chaos, so and you too as well, so but since this is a Spirit's message, I feel like it's saying, to hold on to somebody, don't do any lying. That's never the right way. Like I said, the truth always comes out, and it's just not in good integrity. When they do ever find out, they're not going to believe you or trust you. Bottom line, if you lie about something, it's really hard to believe. It's hard to get trust back once we lie. And then, like I said, it's saying take quick action here. Take some action to figure out, what's making you triggered. Why are you getting like that? And, maybe it's time to take a break and move away from this turbulence and conflict right now. Because, even when we love somebody or care about somebody, living in conflict and anxiety and worry, it's not a good way to be, right? And this is having that stability. And it's also saying to turn to your, whatever you believe in, your faith, and tap into that and your higher self, because there needs to be more stability here. Because what you're doing now is just, confusion, emotions all over the place, conflict, anxiety, sleepless nights. That's not a good way to be. All right. And then on the bottom, it's like, maybe there's some skills that you need to learn, maybe throw yourself into a work or some kind of project or creativity or hobbies, whatever it is, to distract your mind from it. So that is your message, Capricorn. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Well, not share, but like and subscribe.